Missing Ice Age Animals. History is full of interesting facts and stories. There have been events, big and small, that forever changed the world. Stories of some of these events were told by people from the past. Other events remain mysteries, such as the people, animals, and objects that have gone missing over time. One such mystery is the animal that vanished during the Ice Age. An ice age occurs when the Earth's temperature drops and the amount of ice increases. Scientists believe there have been at least 5 ice ages in the planet's long history. Scientists learn about these past events by studying the giant glaciers that still exist today during an ice age. Some of the Earth is covered in thick layers of ice. Scientists believe the most recent major ice age occurred about 2.6 million years ago, lasted until 11,700 years ago. It was during this time that many large ice age animals been disappearing from the planet. Scientists have a few ideas about what happened to these creatures. However, no one knows for sure why they vanished into the air. One of the most well-known animals from the Ice Age is the mammoths. Mammoths were very large creatures with thick fur, small ears, and long curved tusks. Mammoths' fur helped protect them from the square of cold during the Ice Age. Their tusks also protect them from predators like people or other animals that want to eat them. Mammoths are close relatives of Asian elephants. There were 8 different species of these creatures, including the woolly mammoth. Like elephants, mammoths live together in herds. Like during the Ice Age, mammoths could be found in parts of Asia, Europe, and North America. Mammoths truly were Ice Age giants, standing 10 feet tall with tusks up to 14 feet long. Woolly mammoths roamed the earth until 4,000 years ago. Their thick fur and layer of fat helped them survive during the Ice Age. However, woolly mammoths' population became smaller and smaller until there were none left. Some scientists believe woolly mammoths could no longer live in the harsh climate of the Ice Age. Other scientists believe woolly mammoths became extinct because of humans. The number of people was growing, which meant the mammoth's habitat was getting smaller. Humans hunted the mammoth to use for food. Humans used their bones and tusks to make tools, home, and art. Scientists believe one or all of these things caused woolly mammoths to disappear during the Ice Age. Another giant creature from the Ice Age is the mustang. Although mustangs are closely related to both woolly mammoths and elephants, mustangs are not mammoths. Mustans looked a lot like elephants with floppy ears and long noses. They also had thick fur and long tusks like woolly mammoths. However, woolly mammoths were taller and their tusks were curved. Mustans lived almost in North and Central America. However, scientists have found evidence that mustans live in their continents expand in Australia and Antarctica. Scientists also believe mustans were on the Earth as many as 30 million years ago. That is much earlier than the woolly mammoths, which, according to scientists, were on Earth about 5 million years ago. As the woolly mammoth is unclear why mustans were extinct. Mustans disappeared about 10,000 years ago, which was earlier than the woolly mammoths. Scientists believe climate changes and overhunted may have been the cause. Scientists have also found evidence that many mustans are sick before they vanished. This could also be a reason mustans disappeared. Saber-Toothed Tiger. Another popular ice age animal that seemed to vanish into thin air was a saber-toothed tiger. Scientists believe saber-toothed tigers were on the Earth 2.5 million years ago, and then they extincted about 10,000 years ago. Saber-toothed tigers were a top predator in the grasslands and woodlands of North and South America during the Ice Age. Saber-toothed tigers have very large front teeth. They were also very strong, which made it easy for them to catch other animals for food. Saber-toothed tigers would hide and then jump on an animal before it had time to run away. Although called saber-toothed tigers, they were not actually tigers. They were only distant relatives of today's tigers, lions, and cheetahs. There were only 100 known species of saber-toothed tigers. One of the most well-known is the semnants. Semnants have the longest teeth of any other saber-toothed tiger species. Semnants have also the longest of the species and hunted the packs like lions. Saber-toothed tigers mostly vanished because other large animals, which were the tigers, had also disappeared. Giant ground sloths also lived during the Ice Age. Giant ground sloths were closely related to sloths seen hanging around trees today. However, giant ground sloths were much bigger and spent their time on the ground. The largest ground sloths were 20 feet long. When they stood up on their hind legs around, sloths stood over 12 feet tall. Scientists believe sloths were on the Earth earlier as 35 million years ago. At this time, they lived in South America. A few million years later, some sloths made their way into North America. Sloths lived in woodlands and grasslands and near rivers or lakes. These areas provide them plants and water. Sloths needed to survive. Scientists also believe sloths liked lived in groups like many other animals. Ground sloths are thought to have gone extinct about 10,000 years ago. Like many other Ice Age giants, the human population was growing, which meant there was less room for large animals. Ice Age animals were probably hunted for food as well. Some scientists believe a small group of ground sloths lived for many more years on the Kraben Island. Another large animal that disappeared during the Ice Age was a Glyptodon. The Glyptodon is a giant version of today's armadillo and was about the size of a vulgus beetle. This creature lived in South America and parts of Texas and Florida. In North America, glyptodons were hunted for their large shells, which humans used on temporary shelter during rain, snow, and other inclement weathers. This is most likely snow and why they became extinct about 10,000 years ago. Dodo Bird was another animal from the Ice Age predator. Unlike giant creatures of the Ice Age, Dodo birds managed to survive well past the last merged Ice Age. Dodo birds were likely survived because their homes, the islands and marshes, were well away from humans. These remote islands is located in the Indian Ocean, 1,200 miles off the south coast of Africa. People did not come to Musketeer Island until the 15,000s. Dodo birds were hunted by sailors and other animals brought to the island. Their habitat was also destroyed as homes and buildings were built by the shelter. The Dodo birds were extinct in the late 1600s, less than 100 years after people moved to Musketeer Islands. Some scientists believe most animals disappeared during the Ice Age because of the harsh weather. Others believe it was due to humans hunting them for food and from their fur. Scientists may never know for sure why these animals went extinct because it happened so long ago. The missing Ice Age animals are a mystery that may never be solved.